Jordan Hale was the kind of guy you'd save to your favorites. Quotes about purpose, motivational reels with chill background music, captions with lines from books you've never read but feel like you probably should. There was a video of him hugging his mom, a clip of him talking about forgiveness, gratitude, love, a pinned post with a Bible verse, and thousands of likes from people thinking, this guy really gets it. He wasn't just an influencer. He was practically a spiritual guide, guiding followers every single day, partnering with wellness brands, supplements, self-care companies. But no one saw what happened when the camera stopped rolling. Not even him, because Jordan really did believe in all of that, but only when eyes were on him. He was all light in public, but alone in his room. He'd lose himself, anxious, empty, bitter towards people who seemed happier than he was. And in those moments of frustration, the pretty words turned into sharp ones. But no one knew that, only him. And deep down, he pretended not to know either. It was a Friday night, 11:47 p.m. Jordan was on the couch, alone, eating junk straight out of the bag, scrolling through Instagram like he was looking for something, but didn't even know what. He stopped on a video of a girl. She was dancing, laughing, just happy. Nothing provocative, nothing unusual. But he felt angry. Angry at someone being that light, that free, that real. Just unbothered. So he commented, have some self-respect. Didn't think twice. Didn't stop to ask where that even came from. Locked his phone, made a face, and in the same breath, opened his own profile. Looked at his latest post. The caption said, everyone carries what they've been planting inside. Yeah, the irony. The next morning, he woke up to 12 notifications, then 34, then 700. A screenshot of his comment was everywhere. A big page reposted the video with the line, this is the guy who preaches love and respect. His DMs, a war zone. Brands went quiet. A friend messaged him, dude, you're gonna have to say something. But there was nothing to say. That comment wasn't an accident. It was a truth he'd been trying to hide that decided to come out on its own. Her name didn't matter. She was just another person trying to live, posting something silly, a light moment, a simple video. But now, people were calling her vulgar, shallow, all kinds of things she wasn't. She went quiet for a while, thought about deleting the video, thought about deleting everything. Jordan's comment hurt because somehow it felt like he knew just where to hit. It felt like judgment from someone above her, someone who talked about respect, purpose, self-control, and for a second, she doubted herself. Am I really all those things they're saying? But then she stopped, took a breath, and remembered, hurt people try to hurt people. And that comment was never about her. It was about him, about the frustration he was carrying, about the freedom he wished he had, about a pain he didn't know how to deal with, so he threw it on her. So she didn't delete the video. She didn't explain herself, and she didn't stop smiling, because she understood. When you take on someone else's pain like it's yours, you bleed from wounds that aren't even yours. Jordan wasn't born like this. He didn't just wake up one day deciding to be a hypocrite. The truth is, he used to be the guy in the video. Real, happy, unafraid to mess up in front of people. Until folks started pointing fingers, laughing, correcting, tearing him down. Little by little, he traded authenticity for performance. Stopped posting what he liked. Started posting what worked. He became what people expected, not who he really was. And the more he tried to please others, the more he lost himself. He talked about faith but didn't pray. Talked about purpose but had no direction. Talked about respect but didn't respect himself. The anger he threw at the girl was anger at himself. For all the time he wasted trying to be accepted. For all the energy spent pretending to be evolved. And when she showed up being exactly who he never had the guts to be, he lashed out. Because sometimes seeing someone that free hurts when you live trapped. That screenshot spread fast, but what came after, no one saw it coming. One content creator commented, another Insta life coach showing his true colors. Another one pulled up an old video of Jordan and added his toxic comment right at the bottom in bold. Clips started multiplying. Videos piled up. The hashtag Jordan Hale started trending. Suddenly, the whole internet was dissecting the guy who used to be light. People digging through old posts, uncovering archive stories, playing every single thing he ever said just to find contradictions. And yeah, they found them. Jordan, the guy who was supposed to be balanced, had been dropping hints for a while, but no one wanted to see it. He was giving people exactly what they wanted to hear, and that was enough. But now, the fake image became content. The hypocrisy turned into a script, and Jordan wasn't a role model anymore. He was the target. In the middle of thousands of messages, one just sat there, still, quiet, not asking for anything, just waiting to be heard. It was from her. Hey son, I saw what happened. Just wanted to know if you're okay. That was it. No pressure, no lectures. Just care. He didn't reply. Not that day. But he hit play on the audio like 7 times because it was the only thing that actually felt real. Jordan remembered the last time they had a real conversation. It was before all of this, before the polished feed, before the brand deals. She had always known when he wasn't okay, and now she knew again. He deleted the app for a moment, just to breathe, just to try and remember who he was. Before he started pretending, Jordan deleted everything. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, gone. Not because he wanted to, but because he didn't know what to say anymore. Every word felt scripted, every excuse empty. He spent the first 2 days just staring at the ceiling. Dark room, loud mind. He thought about everything he'd built and how none of it ever really belonged to him. He remembered the pretty quotes, the perfectly edited videos with inspiring soundtracks, the comments that said, "I wish I were more like you." And now he knew, even he didn't want to be like he was. The silence hurt, but it also cleared things out. It was like for the first time he could hear his own soul knocking at the door. No followers, no likes, no image, just Jordan, raw, real, lost, but finally awake. While Jordan disappeared, she kept going, not for revenge, not for clout, just because that was part of who she was. The lightness, the courage, the freedom to show up as herself. Her video was still up, now with millions of views. But the comments, they had changed. People were saying, "You reminded me of who I used to be. Post more, the world needs this." His comment doesn't define you, and she knew that. She always had. But that day, she wasn't just being herself. She became a shield for others who had already given up trying. The attack that could have silenced her ended up amplifying her voice. Not because she clapped back, but because she kept being. And that hits way harder than any reply. It had been 12 days of silence and 12 days of internet rage. People demanding a statement, expose page dropping video after video, followers vanishing, contracts on pause. Jordan Hale was off the grid until suddenly a reel popped up on the feed. No caption, no quote, just his face, up close, vertical, barely framed like he just hit record and posted it without thinking. The only light came from a lamp in the corner. His shirt was old, his eyes swollen but dry. He stayed quiet for 8 full seconds. You could hear the fan in the background. Then in a low voice he started, "Maybe you followed me for the quotes I used to post, but today I don't have any." He kept glancing away from the camera like he didn't want to face himself. The truth is, I made that comment because I was angry at myself, angry for not knowing who I was anymore. And I threw that at someone who was just living. Silence again. If you thought I was someone to look up to, I'm sorry, I was pretending. And the price of that is that now even I don't know who I am. No edits, no music, no filters. Just a guy finally being honest. He posted it, turned off the comments, and logged off. And as ironic as it sounds, that was the most authentic thing Jordan Hale had ever posted. Jordan didn't make a big comeback. He didn't get his followers back or the brand deals. He didn't turn into a saint either. He still feels anger, insecurity, jealousy sometimes. But now he doesn't pretend he doesn't. These days he posts less and only speaks when he actually has something to say, not when he feels like he needs to show up. The motivational quotes are gone, replaced with real photos, simple moments, small things. And the people still following Jordan, they're not there for the image. They're there for the truth. He doesn't try to be the perfect guy anymore. Because now he gets it. Perfection never connected anybody, but vulnerability does. One day he opened his phone and saw something that stopped him for a few seconds. Her, the girl from the video. She had posted again, dancing, laughing, and among the hundreds of likes, one was from him. No comment, just a silent tap of respect. Because sometimes the biggest apology is choosing not to make the same mistake again. Jordan Hale messed up, but he wasn't the only one. Because at some point, we've all been Jordan, or we've been hurt by someone like him. The truth is simple. Don't absorb the poison of someone who hasn't learned how to heal. It was never about you. This is a fictional story, but the pain it represents is real. If it hits you somewhere deep, share it with someone who needs to hear this too.